Hey, 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 Instagram. What's up? It's Wednesday. You want to find out where somebody else is at? Today, we finna find out where SHARI is at. Hey, hot boy. Hey, SHARI. So, today, where they at Wednesday? This is Tay, founder of Go Go Glam, Miss Tay's Good Hair Day, partner in TNT Beauty, and founder of Tomorrow's Notary. So, today, we are going to find out where to find SHARI. She is a singer, songwriter, vocal coach, and some other things as I looked up her info, and I've met her several times. She's a beautiful person, and I want y'all to know where she at. So we're about to add her in. She's right on time too. Boop, didn't even have to wait. Ow. Did they boop her in?
Hi.
Hey, SHARI.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So for those of you who don't know what Where They At Wednesday is, Where They At Wednesday is an opportunity for me to talk to business owners that I know. Most of my friends and associates just happen to be entrepreneurs out here. And Miss SHARI is one of them. She is a singer, songwriter, performer, vocal coach, music teacher. She's an all-around artsy entrepreneur, and I love that. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm low-key artsy-fartsy myself, so this kind of stuff really gets me juiced. And
you
I
sing
love,
too, right?
yeah. Don't make that face.
I was gonna say, why do you say it like that?
Cause I got some work to do, but I'm working. It's good. I've been writing a lot more than anything lately.
That's awesome.
So I definitely have some material that I need to record, and I'm working on getting that together. So,
awesome.
this isn't about me right now. Let's talk about you, sugar.
Okay.
So, when I met you, this was a couple years ago now. It was when you were singing with SZA.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard about you before that. Hey, Aya. I heard about you before that because our friend Tebow was showing me some of your videos online of you singing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, this is SHARI. Yeah, something. She's bad. Look, she's an internet sensation. She's a star on the internet. Yeah, right.
That's so funny. You put up one YouTube video, and then it's a generational thing, I think.
Mm-hmm, definitely, because trust me, I have like a couple of bad videos on YouTube, and my dad's my biggest fan. He's out in Georgia talking about my baby's a star out in California. I said, stop lying to the people. Stop lying to them people.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So Tebow introduced you first, and then you started singing with SZA. I'm sorry, what were you about to say?
No, I was on the other topic of YouTube. My son, he saw that I had a YouTube channel, and he went to school and told everybody, or his classmates, that I'm famous because I have a YouTube channel. So no, I was going back.
Yes, it's a whole different kind of situation here with the interweb, and considering that people like this is really all they know. They didn't have life without it like we did, where. So it's different. So I've heard you sing, and I love your voice. How long have you been singing?
I've been singing ever since I can remember. My mom said that I was singing before I could talk. So since forever. That makes sense. Yeah, since forever I've been singing.
Okay. And when did you decide that you wanted to pursue it, like, for real?
Well, I always wanted to pursue it for real, for real. I always performed. I was in, schools for music coming up and music
Mm.
programs rather. And so, and I went to school for music. I got my degree in vocal performance. So it's always been something that I wanted to do. But what actually ended up happening was, life happened. The
Mm-hmm.
recession happened in 2008. And then I took more of the corporate route. Um, and so I was really focused on growing in the corporate world and less so. And also that's when I, had my son. So I was even more focused on that and not necessarily on pursuing my dreams. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't until recently I was an account executive for this HR technology company, and
Mm-hmm.
we parted ways. And I just felt like I don't want to do sales anymore. I want to do something that I'm passionate about. I want to put my degree to use. And so just maybe like 3 years ago, I started teaching music in schools. And then a year after that, I started teaching voice lessons at, different, at a particular studio, two different studios. And then I started my own vocal coaching business, and which was like 2 years ago now. Time really flies. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I would say like within the last couple of years, last 3 years or so, music, whether it be, well, mostly teaching at this point, even though I was performing with SISM,
Mm-hmm.
a couple years ago. But it's my primary income source, which I'm really proud of. So,
Yes,
hmm
beautiful.
hmm
So, what is the difference? You said that you were teaching music and then you became a vocal coach. What's the difference between teaching music and teaching voice?
Yeah, so the setting that I'm talking about, I was teaching in schools, like elementary schools, to
Mm-hmm.
kids who are TK through like sixth grade. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm basically teaching general music education, like music theory. And then when it
Uh-huh.
comes to, I wasn't really focused so much on the voice. And then when it comes to teaching private voice lessons, that's a one-on-one session, and I'm teaching vocal technique and not as much theory unless people want to learn theory. But yeah, it's more singing lessons than general music education.
And you teach all levels?
Well, I teach. Oh, you talking about in terms of music or voice lessons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I teach all levels.
What is the age range that you teach?
I start at age 8
Oh.
because any person before that, they haven't developed the musculature that's necessary. I don't want to, they have the potential to hurt themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
I started at age 8, and I go all the way up to however old you are, whoever wants to learn how to sing. So
Singers of all ages.
yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
I was looking at some stuff because, again, I'm familiar with you, but to someone who's not, I was
hmm
looking at some things online. I took a look at your website. And of course, I follow you on YouTube and on Instagram. Also, BT Dubs, if you all want to follow Shari, you can follow her at This Is Shari on Instagram. Her vocal studio is SBJ Vocal Studio on
Instagram.
Instagram also.
hmm
And you can also follow her, go to her website, www.sbjvocalstudio.com. That's the right
Yes.
website, right?
hmm
Okay.
That's for voice lessons.
Okay, good. Oh, okay. So then I was looking at your website, right?
hmm
And I was taking a gander, and the first thing that tagged my spirit was dreamer, singer, songwriter, vocal coach, performer. I found it interesting that dreamer was first because oftentimes being a dreamer is downplayed, but everything has to start somewhere and it has to still live somewhere even after you're living it out. Can you tell me why you chose those words to be the front of your website?
Well, I think it's super important to follow your dreams. You know what I mean? And like I mentioned, all I ever wanted to do since I was younger was sing, and then life kind of got into the way. And I was finding that I wasn't having the same type of joy that I did when I was performing and singing. And so that's why I wanted to get back into it. And me personally, my goal is to be an inspiration for anybody who wants to follow their dreams. You know, I would like to be an example of somebody who is doing that, and bring people along my dream chase and encourage people along their own dream chases. And like you said, you know, people who follow their dreams, especially when it comes to music, you know, people kind
the
of,
arts period.
yes, they think we're crazy, or like that we're not going anywhere, and that we need to get a real job and stuff like that. And so I'm not going with that stereotype. I believe that I'm valid in my dream, I'm justified, and that I'm gonna make it happen.
And I think that the proof is in the pudding. Your dream is your primary source of income. So when you're operating in your purpose, the money's going to come. You're going to be taken care of. I think a lot of the time we spend so much of our life energy and the time that we have here doing what someone else or society or even we think we should be doing.
Yes.
And because, you know, you need the money, but you need the money, but you need the money. But the reality of it is we still need money when we do those things. So why not put ourselves in position to have the things that we love fund our life? And so that way, not only are we taken care of, but we're operating in our purpose, which also makes us more effective. Because here in this life, this is where it happens. This is where we're impacted. This is where we make impact. This is where the growth and the change and the connection all happens. So if we waste that, like what would, I think about this sometimes, what would have happened to me had I not met other people doing what they were supposed to do? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because on your path of purpose, that's where you connect.
Yes, that's where you
with
impact
other people.
Others. Right.
Exactly. So I think it's super important that whatever you feel purpose to do, that we should be operating in that, you know. And the fact that you said, you know, I mean, I did corporate, I did what I thought I was supposed to do. I excelled in it. Because that's another thing. We're like, well, if I'm good at it, I'm good at, you know, I'm fantastic in support roles too. But we can be good at things and it still not be. There's a difference between good things and God things. I say that a lot.
I like that. Yes.
Because the choice is not always between something that's good and something that's bad. Sometimes it's things that aren't bad. They're both good, but what's best? What is moving you in the direction of the future for yourself, for your life, for this journey that you're on?
Yeah, I think, you know, one of the things that's really important is, for me, when I was doing the corporate thing, I was miserable, you know, I was not happy. And so I feel like coming to teach or, you know, working on vocals and performing, that is so gratifying. Like I would do that if I like was financially in a position, you know, I would just do it forever. You know what I mean? Like I would do it forever. I could go hours and hours and hours, like recording and writing and teaching. You know, so I think that's another thing that's important. A lot of people, like when I left the corporate world, actually, I started driving Uber and Lyft first, and I did that for a while. And I would talk to people. I would talk to a lot of people, and you know, they would ask me what my story is, and I was like, yeah, I was doing corporate, and now, you know, I'm just chasing my dream, which is music. And then they would be like, wow, if I wouldn't even know what it is that I would want to do if I was in your position. And a lot of people they're not necessarily in touch with that. So I think people who are dreamers, you know, they have the privilege and the blessing of being able to know, you know, what their purpose is and following that path.
And I also think it's fantastic that there are people like you starting at age 8 who want to tap into how they can even explore that side of them. You know, I know for me, the arts have always been something in my heart, but has never been anything that was really encouraged by most people around me or even understood. So there wasn't care in there. So I've halfway done a lot of things with that. You know, I taught jazz dance for a little while. I did competitions for a little while.
Didn't know
Yeah.
that. That's
I
cool.
wanted to be a triple threat, girl. I wanted to be a triple threat. I've done a couple of plays. I've done some dance and theater.
That's awesome.
I've been a closet car toilet singer for quite some time. And
Oh my God.
you know, then started like, and I'm the type of person where if I don't feel confident about something, I kind of shrink back and I'll let other people go forward. And there have been some situations, some people that I've met along the way who have kind of pulled me out. That's how I started singing in cover bands, which is how I met Tebow, which is how I heard about you, which is why we're here now. So, you know, that kind of thing.
It's never too late. And honestly, I feel like that's one of the things that I've grappled with, which is like, you know, I'm definitely older than I was, you know, when I was younger. And as the years
I'm definitely older than I was when I was younger. Yes.
Well, you know, when it comes to the music industry and stuff like that, there's like an age where it's like you know, I thought that after I turned 25, I thought that my life was over. I thought my opportunity to chase my dreams was over, but it's never too late. And especially in today's music industry, you know, with the internet and everything, it's never too late. And that's one of the things that I keep having to remind myself. And I say that to say, because you said that you wanted to be, but it's never too late to do what you want to do, I feel like.
And I'm still doing it on the low. I'm still, like I said, I've been writing
a lot. You're already doing a lot, girl. You like all the.
I am doing a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
I'm doing a whole lot, actually. Yeah. And that's tough too when you are interested in and you're okay at a lot of things. It's hard to really spread the energy, you know, and spread your time around. Someone was just knocking at the door, but guess who's not answering it? Because I'm in the middle of something, sugar. I don't even know what is being expected you.
Around here, it's my son, my 9-year-old, making noise.
Is he musical?
He has a really good voice, but you know, because I'm his mom, if I'm trying to teach him something, he's like, "Are you trying to teach me something?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So what he's passionate about is being active, doing sports and stuff like that. Yeah. So.
Yeah. That they'll do that. It'll take
disappointing.
Yeah. You're like, I'm teaching everybody. I want to teach you. Like, I want to groom you and develop you. I've seen some of your clients, some of the young people on there with these really powerful voices. I'm like, how long, I know that on your SBJ Instagram page, there are a couple. How long have you been teaching those particular students?
I would say you're probably looking, well, let's see. Are you talking about the ones who were highlighted solo? Okay, so I would say one of them I've been working with since November, and then the other one, I think we started working together in January or February.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And do you, when you get a new client, how does that work? What do you usually do to assess how that works?
Yeah, so typically what will happen is we'll start, and I'm sitting here at my piano right now, actually. So we'll start on a scale, and then I'll have them go all the way up their range, and that is a very telling process. It tells me, you know, if they need help singing or if they have a weak chest voice. It tells me if we need to focus on head voice. It tells me if they're straining to go, you know, reach those notes. We have to learn how to release. So that I do that at the start of every single lesson, so that I understand what it is that I need to do that day, you know, and then I do customized exercises to help them to, you know, improve in those areas that we talked about. I do keep their goals goals in mind, you know, as well. And I keep these goals as far as what I heard here when I was doing the assessment in mind. And the way to get better is singing is like, it's like riding a bike. It's like the more that you do it, you get that muscle memory. So so these exercises, they need to be done over and over and over. Your brain is building new neural pathways so that you can learn the new concept, and you have to just keep on doing it in order for it to get better. Does everybody go home and practice and do what they're supposed to do every single time? No.
Hi, I don't go home and practice and do what I'm supposed to do every single time.
Oh my gosh. You know what, to be honest with you, like for me too, sometimes I'm not necessarily as up on it, you know, for myself too. It's something that you know, you have to be really, really disciplined about in order to get those results. You know what I mean?
Like working out.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That is the perfect analogy.
I looked down at my belly.
Oh my God. I have done literally like basically no working out this whole time. But I came back from a walk with my son today and yesterday.
Okay.
We went on a walk yesterday too. And so that was pretty much the extent of getting any exercise or doing anything like that. But it's really good to get out and about.
I started this whole shelter in place, shut down, home prison sentence, doing some doing a lot of vocal stuff and some breathing boot camp videos and working out. And since then, I have fallen off once again. So sometimes we're on a yo-yo, but I have to just not be hard on myself and be present wherever I'm at and not quitting totally. So that's fantastic. So again, if you all want to book some time with Shari, it's www.sbjvocalstudio.com. You can follow her on Instagram at This Is Shari, and also SBJ Vocal Studio on Instagram. She also actually has Facebook. You can, she has videos on YouTube. So I was watching some of those videos too. And she's like, hi, the vocal tip. And she's doing all of the stuff I can't do. You know how when Mariah's singing and you sing the parts that you sing and then you go on the parts that you don't and nothing comes out? Yep, she's doing that stuff that doesn't come out.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Mariah Carey is actually my favorite singer in the
Really? Oh, look, someone says you're a great teacher. I mean, I figured that, but there's the confirmation, guys. Credibility.
That's
credibility.
One of my former students. Hey, Kyle.
Nice.
Thank you.
What are you doing with your voice, Kyle? If you could type it in, I'll read it later. So also, Shari, I know that, our voices aren't just used for singing. Do you ever get speakers or rappers or people like that need help getting some clarity or some fullness, or they get vocal fatigue and need some assistance with that? What other kind of clients do you get?
All of those. You know, I've definitely had people come to me who are having trouble with their voice. Like you said, they have vocal fatigue. And usually what that means is that they're using their voice in an improper way. Or maybe they got sick and they recovered, or they thought they recovered, but their voice didn't recover. Like there's still a lot of effort being used in order to help them to sing or speak. And so I do different kinds of exercises when I'm approaching somebody who needs help with singing. So Kyle says he's recording his own version. That thing you do. That's one of the songs that we worked on.
Ooh. So I want to hear that, Kyle, because, I be liking to hear stuff. And so you do, so when I actually met you in person, you were doing covers, but what I heard from you before, it seemed like they were originals. Are you working more on originals now?
Yeah. I've actually been writing a lot of original music that I'm really excited to release, because like that's been one of the things that I did a lot of covers for a long time, and I still want to do covers because I feel like they're a great way to capture people who maybe I otherwise wouldn't, because people don't necessarily always want to give you a chance on original music.
Right.
But I've really been enjoying, just being creative, especially in this crazy time. I feel like it's kind of kept me really grounded and positive, and it's been a really good distraction for me.
And outlet, the outlet is so important. I think that.
Hey, Carlin.
Oh, and Kyle said he's going to send it when he's done. Yow. Yes, thank you kindly. I'm appreciative of that. Oh, you also have a SoundCloud. Are there originals or covers on there?
Yep, there's both. There's originals and covers. Yeah, basically everything that's on my YouTube channel is pretty much on SoundCloud.
Okay.
And the original music that I'm doing these days, I'm going to be releasing it on Spotify, which is going to be my first time ever doing that. So that is super exciting.
Ooh, okay. So this is one thing that I'll say too, because another one of my clients, she also does music, and sometimes when she's in my chair, we'll share what we've been working on and things like that. She uses, I think, DistroKid to put it everywhere, but it also put it in, you know how when you go to Instagram to your story and you can pick a song to play in there?
Yes.
It put her music in there. So you can put your stuff in there and people can play your music on your stuff.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Thank you for that.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's important because it's one thing to have your stuff for sale, but also have it to where you can use it on these platforms that everybody's on.
Yes.
The TikToks and the Instagrams and the whatever else.
I need to learn that I got to get on the TikTok thing. I have to learn that. My little niece was showing me how to use TikTok. She's like 7. So.
Yeah. Because this is what they do. Right. Everybody's classy, bougie, and ratchet nowadays.
Yes, right. Exactly.
Everybody's classy, bougie, and ratchet. Like, okay, I was twerking since before twerking was called twerking, but okay, y'all enjoy that thing. Like, I got bad knees from that thing, so
oh my God.
enjoy. Got the arthritis to prove it, sugar. I was taking over from the 99 and the 2000.
We were backing that thing up, right? With you now.
Tell me about it. Doing the spider and the percolator, I just went in a whole place. So. So when we open up, when the world opens back up and music and beauticians and all of us are allowed to do what we do, do you have anything planned for as far as performing?
That is a very good question. That is something that I plan because I miss performing. I haven't performed really since my last gig with SISM, which was probably maybe, this is pretty sad, but maybe 2 years ago is when it was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so this is
was it that last one at the 7 Mile House?
It was no. You mean before they started, before SISM left?
I think, because I saw you a while ago at the 7 Mile House, and I think that's when we exchanged information, and you said that you were going to be partying with SZA. Was that the last performance?
Okay. I don't think that was the last time, was it? Because I thought we exchanged information before that. I definitely saw you.
We did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw you more times. I mean, I think so. I have the worst memory, but I believe so. But yeah, it was at SISM. It was in August of 2018, so it's been almost 2 years. And so it's time for me to get back on it because I do miss performing. There's just something it's magical about being able to connect with people and lift their spirits and put them in a really good mood. And this is my first time. Well, my first time doing a live on Instagram. So I plan on being able to do some lives and do some singing and stuff like that. To perform, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh.
Christina! Hi, Christina.
I'm going to have to tune in on that. Hi, Christina. I said TikTok is our Black Planet MySpace. Dang, for real? Well, I don't know. My Black Planet was popping though. So I think my page is still up. Kilate 220 on Black Planet. It might still be there. I have no clue.
My God. Oh my God. I had a Black Planet too, but however, I don't remember all that information at the moment.
Yeah, I remember because my Yahoo email address was also Kilate 220. So I don't know. Just love.
Hi Teresa. I see all my
Hey, all your people. Yes, that's what happens when the Instagram says that you're live with someone. They're like, "Ooh, Shari's live."
I love the fact that you call it Instantgram.
Because it is Instagram.
It is. I love that.
On down to the interweb on the Instagram. That's what we doing. We out here on the interweb.
I love it.
Good. You can use it. I won't be upset.
Thank you.
I won't be upset. It's just I feel like I'm old. I'll call stuff what I feel like it. I make up names for people and I expect them to respond because that's what my heart decided to call them.
Oh my gosh.
So, I know that I have taken some vocal lessons before, and most of them all the ones that I've taken have been an hour. Do you have half hour, hour? Like, how do you structure your lesson?
Yeah, so typically, pretty much all of my students right now are just half hour students, but I do have 45 and hour lessons, but I would say those ones are probably for people who are more advanced, so we can get through more repertoire and stuff like that. But typically the way that I do the lesson is we'll do like a little warm up at the beginning, and then we'll do some vocal exercises based on the scale that I had them do, and then we'll spend the rest of the time doing song work.
And are you able also to determine, I was told that you shouldn't focus so much on what type of voice you think you have, but just having a healthy, reliable voice.
Yeah, that's
that's the way you go too?
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, what I like to teach people is how to efficiently use their voice in a healthy way. And I believe that involves freeing your voice. And I believe that in doing that, people are able to see, what they're actually capable of, what their voice actually sounds like.
Gotcha. And you're here, and I know you're here in the Bay Area. Right now, all of your lessons, I'm sure, are virtual. When you're not doing virtual, do you do in-person lessons?
Yeah, I do. I'm actually here in my vocal studio right now. Like that is my room. But I can show you. Let's see. Can I flip the camera around? I don't know how this works.
I think you should. There should be like a little arrow swirly thingy on the bottom.
Okay. Well, I have my mirror in my booth where I record my own vocals. I have Dream because that is how important dreaming and following my dreams is to me. And then I have my my keyboard right there in the music stand over here. So yeah, people can stand in the mirror, look at their their posture and all that good stuff. And then I have a microphone as well. And oops. I almost exited out of here, but yeah, so that's how it works here. It's here in my home.
Do you ever do workshops or group sessions?
I have not done that.
That's you prefer the one-on-one?
I do like one-on-one lessons, but I think I have thought about the idea of doing group classes. It's just that I've been so busy that I don't really have the time. And I have a 9-year-old, so excuse me. So it can be difficult to try to find time to do everything. Yeah. Luckily, my schedule has been really, really full, which I'm appreciative of.
Yeah, it's important. I mean, and the fact that you have had an online platform is beneficial. And that's why, you're here, you're Bay Area native, right?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I was born in San Francisco, but I was raised in Orlando.
See, still Bay Area native. So we have a Bay Area native that's giving these fantastic lessons and this encouragement and this energy to all of us people who want to use our voice for whether it's speaking, rapping, singing, or just, something that you want to explore in yourself. Right here online, and when the world opens up in person also, that's fantastic. Currently, what city are you operating out of?
I'm in San Leandro.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
Central.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you're in San Jose like me, or you're in Oakland, or you're in the city and all that, it's still kind of right in the
Mm-hmm.
middle kind of
Yep.
the
And
day.
I have some students who actually they live in Oakland, but
Hmm.
um, or one that lives in Fremont, but the
Hmm.
timing, if they like traffic and stuff like that. So instead, we just do virtual lessons. So we've been doing
Just do
virtual
virtual.
lessons since before the lockdown. So virtual lessons, they're a really good alternative.
Yeah. So do you use what programs do you use for the virtual? Is it just
Yeah,
like yeah, go ahead.
I so sometimes I use FaceTime and then I use Zoom. I like to use Zoom because I can record the lesson and
Oh,
send it to the students. So that's helpful.
that's really helpful. Do you
Hmm.
ever record the lessons for yourself to um, maybe give yourself feedback on how to deliver certain information or things like
Yes,
that?
ma'am. I definitely do. And actually, one of my friends, I don't know if she's still on the live, but you see where it says Amanda Mac Voice. She is a really great vocal coach also.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh.
she, I'll send stuff to her and be like, I don't know what to do here. Can you please give me some advice on,
Mm.
what to do? And then my other friend, I'm sorry, I have to shout out my friend Christina. I'm not sure if she's still on here,
Yeah.
Stina Stogg. She's also an amazing vocal coach. Both of them are great vocal coaches and singers. So
Oh, okay. Have you ever worked with them?
yes, I've had lessons from each of them actually. But
Oh, oh.
Christina, we worked together at a studio in San Francisco called Songbird Studios, where I got my first
Oh.
start of teaching. And then Amanda and I we worked in Hayward together at Better World School of Music. So
When did you first start teaching?
yeah, I started teaching probably about, I would say 2.5 years ago is when I started
Okay.
teaching. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So you've been doing music just and going to school and being a part of it forever,
Yeah.
and then decided to pursue it for yourself and then began to share what you know with
Yeah.
others. And that's fantastic. Again,
Mm-hmm.
sbjvocalstudio.com is where you guys
Mm-hmm.
can get lessons from
Mm-hmm.
Shari, get some more information. I saw something else on your website. Um, it was in your menu, there were vocal lessons and then there were session vocals. What's the difference between vocal lessons and session vocals?
Yeah, so what I do also as a way to get extra income is people will, like producers might ask me to write a song to their tracks, or
Mm-hmm.
rappers might need a hook or something like that. They want me to
Mm-hmm.
sing on their track. And so those are session vocals. I'll just record
I
here in my
gotcha.
studio and then I'll send them off to other people, the people who requested them. I do that through a platform called Fiverr. It's called fiverr.com.
Okay.
Have you heard of Fiverr?
Yes, I've used it for logos and for different things like that. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So it's really
There's
good.
another platform that I heard about for that from a producer friend of mine. Actually, he's produced some of the tracks for my originals that I'm working on. He
Ooh,
told me about, I'm telling you, I'm working on some stuff.
I can't wait. I
It,
cannot wait.
I know. I be nervous though. It's gonna come. I'm working on it.
Yes,
But there
yes.
was a platform that he told me about, and you create a profile for yourself. You put the things that you do, and there's like studio sessions. There's people that do jingles, people that are just writers, people that are demo singers. So,
Mm-hmm.
like if someone else wrote a song and they want someone to
Right.
sing the demo,
Mm-hmm.
um, people on YouTube who sing other people's covers to get them some notoriety online too. There are people who actually do that for money, girl.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. I'm one of those
and that was
people.
yeah, you're one of those people. I think that platform is fantastic because I was looking at it and there's um, anything in music and it's like the legit stuff. So it'll be people in the industry looking for people in the industry. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Is
saying?
it is it
People,
called is it called soundbetter.com? Is that the one you're talking about?
I think so. I think that is
Yeah.
the one. Have you
Mm-hmm.
used it?
I have not used it. I haven't.
Yeah, I was scoping it out.
he brought it up to me because he's like, yo, Tay, he's from New York. Yo, Tay, you need to get on there. Like, I don't care. You need to get yourself, you need to create this and do this. And I'm like, yeah. I'll
Do
keep you posted,
it.
chicken.
Oh my
I'll keep
gosh.
you posted. I'm going to have to work on it, Shari. You just, shout me out and say hey sometime and
I will. I'm gonna be
force me
checking on
to
you.
share.
I'm gonna be your accountability partner. You hold me
Yes.
accountable.
Yes, I'm working on it. I promise. I'm not going to be in the shadows forever. I actually plan to start my band next year.
Yeah.
So, putting that piece together too, amongst all the 85 million things that I'm working on.
Yeah,
too.
you have a lot going on.
Girl, so much between preparing for reopening to, I'm a hairdresser.
Right.
Getting my mobile beauty supply up and running. I got to figure that out. And then adding additional income through my notary business. That's something else. So during this time, I've been super busy on the back end of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this that I've invited you to, I used to just like screenshot a couple of things of my friends and post them on my timeline. Oh, where they at Wednesday? This is how you know who's in the area, smaller businesses, especially our businesses, and just sharing that. But then it gets lost in the timeline. So I figure since most of us are trapped, and most of us just spend time online anyway.
Yes,
For
most
real.
of us are trapped, yes.
We're trapped. Help, let me out. Turn me loose, Turn me loose.
So bad.
But in addition, like a lot of people are just online. So what better impact than to be able to speak to the person behind the page, the person behind the website, so that they can get an understanding of what you do and how to find you from you. Mm-hmm. So that's why I had you on here.
Yeah, no, I want to say thank you so much for having me. I think this is a great platform and a great thing to be able to do. And so I'm very honored I get to be part of Where They At Wednesday with you.
Hey. So now everyone knows where you're at. You can find her at www.sbjvocalstudio.com. You can also find her on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on SoundCloud, and on Fiverr if you are someone who is in need of a hook, some vocals on it, some demos, a writer, all of that stuff. We might have to collab because I write way better than I sing.
That would be awesome.
I write way better than I sing, and I'm working on some stuff now.
I feel the same way about myself, actually. I feel like I write way better than I sing, so I can dig it. We should do it. I've actually never done a writing session with anyone else before, so that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm. And then that would definitely challenge me.
Mm-hmm. Me too. That would challenge me too.
Mm-hmm.
So we should do it. We're doing it. I was gonna say for the YouTube thing, don't type in "This is Shari" for the YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/thisisshari, SHARI, and that's just all one word. This is Shari.
Okay, this is Shari. So youtube.com/ this is Shari.
This is Shari. Sorry. YouTube.com.
Don't say this is Shari. Never mind. Scratch that, y'all.
There's youtube.com/Shari videos. SHARI.
Shari videos. Okay.
Yes, like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you guys can't remember that, there is the link. You can just click the icon on her website and it'll take you there. She has all of her social media stuff on www.sbjvocalstudio.com. Mm-hmm. That's where you can find out about her. There's a blog there. Yeah. There's all her social media links there. There's where you can book sessions for lessons, and also book her for any vocal business that you may have and could use her for. You're a soprano, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that.
Yes, the reason I was classically trained, so I learned how to sing opera when I was in college, and so that is where I got in touch with those high notes.
So okay, so I've heard you sing pop and R&B. I've heard a couple of your videos where you're doing some opera there too. Are there any particular genres of singers that you prefer to teach, or does it matter because a voice is a voice?
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. The voice is the voice. So I definitely, my gratification comes from being able to teach people how to do things in their voice that they didn't realize that they could do, or they didn't know that they, yeah, that they didn't realize that they could do it. My favorite thing is like when people have that like this of satisfaction, like when they surprise themselves, like, you know what I mean? You know, like that's my favorite feeling. So regardless, I mean, I love R&B and I love, you know, if anybody wants to learn runs and stuff like that, you know, but my focus is, like you said, just working on how to help people to use their voice in the most healthy and efficient way.
What was one of the things that was the biggest challenge for you vocally that you can do now?
I would say after I went to school for vocal performance, doing the opera thing, it really took me a long time to be able to sing R&B in a legitimate sounding way. Because when you're singing opera, you're developing a particular muscle that helps you to sing like way up there and stuff like that. And so I wasn't able to like, I wasn't able to really like have my chest voice, you know what I mean? So that, I mean, that is a struggle that I had when I got out of school, which was a long time ago. And I'm still working on it, but it's definitely improved a lot. I don't think people listen to my music and are like, she used to be an opera singer. She's not. This doesn't sound legitimate.
This isn't authentic at all. Imposter.
But one of the things I'll say is that in my original music, I like to blend the genres. I like to blend the hip hop, like R&B, with opera. That's something that I'm experimenting with. So, so yeah, that is exciting.
You actually did that in one of the first videos I ever saw of you with Tebow. He showed me one.
Oh.
And I think you were doing a side by side.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. It was a song from Empire. They did that song on Empire. Yeah, where there was one opera singer and then it was the other girl who was doing like the pop R&B type thing. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was one of the first videos that Tebow showed me of yours. I was like, okay, she got it. He was like, yeah, I think she's about to come and sing with Sism.
I love Tebow. How you go, Tebow?
You should call and check on him. Did we cut out? Are you there?
I know.
Can you hear me?
I am going to call him and check on him. Uh-oh, did I lose you, Tay?
I don't know what's happening with deception. Can you hear me?
Did I lose you?
Okay, yes, I can hear you now.
Yes. Okay. I was going to say his songs on his album and it's so good.
The Rose-Colored Glasses album? Yeah, it was cutting out again.
Yes.
The Rose-Colored Glasses? I have a copy of that too. He actually produced one of my originals. We haven't finished it yet. One of my songs, TikTok. Then we're all trapped inside, so we couldn't go back to the studio to fix it. But
I can dig it.
That's something. He did one of my. I wrote that song when I had throat surgery in 2017, and I called him and I was like, Frankie T, I wrote a song. I need music. I don't know. I was like, do you make, I asked him, do you make some kind of music? He was like, baby, I make music. So I was like, okay.
Oh my gosh. I can
so
hear
there's that.
Oh,
of course. You already know, baby, I make music.
What was this surgery that you had?
I had a tonsillectomy, adenoidectomy, and a turbinate reduction.
Okay.
Because I can't breathe very well. And it turns out that it wasn't because of infections or allergies or anything, but my tonsils and my adenoids were just too big for the spaces.
I see.
And I was sounding a lot like this a little bit because my throat was closed. I'm still nasally, but it was way worse. And I realized after the fact, after my throat was healing, that my soft palate, it was dropping because I didn't have any control over those muscles. The tonsils were propping them up for my whole life. So it took me a while. I was like choking, doing that a lot because I had no control over those muscles.
Did you happen to see a speech therapist after
speech
language? Oh, okay. So
Mm-mm.
everything just came right back.
I kind of had to work on it, and then not too long after that, I did take some vocal lessons. He worked more with me on my breathing, and also my tongue kind of scrunches back. So he was, teaching me some things on how to get my tongue out of the way of my throat.
Yes.
Again, not something that I practice all the time, but when I know, I'm like, oh my God, I got to be in the studio to work on this song. I stretching out and doing my and my and my
yes, girl, yes, that is all the stuff,
all of my stuff.
Yes, that's everything that I would teach anybody who like has their tongue way in the back, you know what I mean? That's all the stuff. So definitely, that's awesome. I see some people that I recognize. Hi
people she recognizes. Thanks for joining in to Where They At Wednesday. So since you all are just tuning in and you're probably seeing because Shari is here, Where They At Wednesday is an opportunity. It's something that I do every Wednesday at 1 p.m. where I have a live interview with someone that I know that has a business, that is an entrepreneur, so that you guys know where they at. And today is Shari. This is the 7th live interview that I've done. Last week was just a recap of the first 6. You guys can follow me at Miss Tay's Good Hair Day to see those people. There's a recap video. And then also just stay tuned. Like, we're out here. There's so many people. All of June is already scheduled. All of July is already scheduled. We're already starting August.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing because there's so many of us that have businesses. We have goods. We have services. We have products right here in our own backyard. And I think one of the biggest differences between the bigger companies and the smaller ones is just that people know where they're at. So now we know where you're at. And Shari is at www.sbjvocalstudio.com.
Yes.
That's where she's
or
at.
www.thisisshari.com.
That's another one. I clicked on it and it took me there too. So I think that either way you'll get there.
Yes, you'll get there.
Either way you'll get there. Beautiful. So Shari, I hate to put you on the spot, but if you don't, you said, no, okay, no spots. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about no spots. Ain't no spots.
If you want to hear me sing, hop on over to my Instagram page. I have lots of videos, original stuff. I'm not
and YouTube.
Yes, and YouTube. But I will be doing lives, and I didn't warm up or anything like that. And I always want to make a good, first impression. You know what I mean? So I just like,
your impressions definitely wouldn't be bad, but I feel you. You want to feel like you're putting your best foot forward.
Exactly.
I get it.
Yes.
Wholeheartedly. Okay, so you guys can hear Shari sing her R&B, pop, and opera though on her This Is Shari Instagram, also on Facebook and on YouTube. So yes. And schedule some lessons starting at 8 years old. I actually have a client of mine that I will send her your information. There's a young girl who I did her hair, and she was looking for vocal lessons. She loves to sing. And the coach that I was taking lessons from starts at 16. So, and I think she was like 13.
Oh, okay.
So, and I didn't know your age range, but now that I know, starting at 8 years old, and not just singers, speakers, rappers, vocalists, anyone who uses vocalization for whatever, she can help you with all of that stuff. Again, www.sbjvocalstudio.com.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. I'm happy about it. Yeah, we do need to collab on writing. I've been doing a lot of that lately, and I think when there's a flow, we should flow.
Yes.
I know you've been linking up with Carla, or you have linked up with Carla and done some singing with her beautiful voice and her songwriting. Yes, and that guitar.
Her songwriting is just like, she makes me feel like, man, I thought I wrote a good song.
Right.
I thought that was good, but
listen.
A whole other
yeah, I'm not playing with her. I went over there one day and she was like, let's sing. And she pulled out her guitar and she was like doing stuff, and I was like, I think I'm going to just listen to you. She's like, no, let's just do it. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm here as a support.
I'm sure it's not
There's that.
We're always our own worst critic. I'm sure it's not even that.
Okay. Well, we'll go with that.
Well, yeah, we're gonna schedule some writing time.
Yes.
Over the internet.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I have some. I have a few things that I'm working on already now, and I know that you're working on stuff. And there's plenty of opportunity to be creative and to share thoughts. So I'm looking
Yes.
forward to doing that with you because I think you're dope, and I'm grateful that you're in my network. And I really hope that people will refer back to this and find out where you at because we already know you're at www.sbjvocalstudio.com.
You can do some voiceover work too, it sounds like.
I wouldn't mind doing that. I actually used to do the voiceovers for the trainings at my last corporate job. Actually, the job before the last corporate job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got that
I'm
voice.
open. I'm open. So again, you can find Shari for vocal sessions and vocal lessons at www.sbjvocalstudio.com.
Oh my gosh, yes, you've got it down. You have it down, girl.
Yes, we out here. We all have multiple talents. I can pick up things with my toes. I can do voiceovers. I can.
Oh my gosh, that's the only way I used to clean my room when I was younger.
You pick up things with your toes?
Yeah.
I used to twist my brother's nipples with my feet.
What?
Yeah, he hated that, but I don't know. I don't know why I did it. It just burst forth from within me. So there's that. All right, Shari, thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Thank you for having me.
And thank your people for tuning in.
Platform. Yes, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
I think this is going to allow me to save it to IGTV so you can share it also. And if you can figure out how to download it, you can share it however you'd like to do.
Okay. That sounds awesome. Yes, thank you.
I'll talk to you soon, Sugar. Thank you.
Right,
you're welcome. Bye. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's Where They At Wednesday, where we found out where Shari is. She is a singer, songwriter, vocal coach, session vocalist, and just all-around shining star. So you can find her again at www.sbjvocalstudio.com. Also follow her on Instagram. This is Shari or SBJ Vocal Studio. You can find her on YouTube, SoundCloud, Facebook, all the major platforms. She's pretty freaking dope. So enjoy. See you guys next week. Bye.